Hey, what is up, everybody? Another week, another Beachblasters episode recapping AEW Dynamite here on May 12th, 2021. How's it going, buddy?
Good. How about you?
I noticed when you were like flashing those gang signs up there, I saw a little bracelet on your hand. What was that all about?
Oh, I've always had these. These are.
Oh, what's that pink, purplish bracelet?
Where? Here?
Yeah. Oh, you
I've always
always
had
wear
these.
those?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Breast cancer awareness.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was trying to allude to the fact that the two of us are fully vaccinated now.
Oh.
But I thought you had left the bracelet on, but I guess you took it off, and I just thought
For
that
2 days.
I don't know. Maybe you liked it. Maybe you
No,
wanted
I
to
did not have that on.
show
I
off
have
to all
not
the
had
other
that on.
people that you've been vaccinated. I have no idea.
Okay.
But yeah, the news, we're both fully vaccinated.
Yes, we are. Thankfully, Hawaii's got their shit together.
So we're ready to party.
Yeah. Party hardy. Absolutely.
So,
Do it.
what did you think of AEW Dynamite?
I thought it was a pretty good show.
Really?
It was about as good as I expected it to
Really?
be. There were a couple things that were head scratchers.
Really?
I think we
Okay.
can get into those.
Okay.
But it really keeps up with the, I guess, momentum of how well the shows have been doing for the last 4 or 5 weeks. This wasn't a bad show. This was pretty good.
I thought this show was awesome. I liked it better
Oh,
than
okay.
I thought it was better than last week, to be honest.
Wow, really? Okay.
Yeah, I thought
I couldn't tell if you were being. I couldn't tell if you were being.
no. Everything
Yeah,
was
okay.
really good for the most part. We'll get into some of the things that were just slightly above average, but everything else I thought was great. I really liked
Good.
the show.
It's good to
I
hear.
thought the show was a bomb.
Good. All right. Awesome.
So shall we get into it?
Yes, let's do it.
So AEW Dynamite, May 12th, 2021. Here we go. They start off the show with Moxley and Nagata in the locker room / hallway split screen. So that's what we're going to start off with first. Jon Moxley is defending the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship versus Yuji Nagata all the way from Japan. And he comes down to the ring with Ren Narita. And they made Yuji... Okay, before we get into it, what did you think of the match?
I thought it was pretty damn good for an opener. It was back and forth. There was some hard hitting shots. Yuji Nagata, for being 53 years old, is pretty damn fit.
He's he's damn good, and he doesn't look 53 at all.
No, I would never have guessed it. Yeah.
I didn't even know he was
So
that
I liked
old.
it. I liked it. I thought it was a good match. I thought it was a little short, honestly, though.
Yeah, it was it could have been longer, especially if it was a title match of the caliber of the United States Championship. But anyway, so one thing I noticed as soon as we start off, they made him come out of the bad guy locker room.
Oh yeah, that's
I was
true.
like, how mean
That's
is
true.
that? They make they're talking about Nagata. They make him come out of the bad guy locker room. I was like, wow, them evil foreigners, I guess, huh?
Which is really odd when you consider, and we know from watching AEW for so long, that Jon Moxley almost never comes out of the tunnel.
Yeah.
So Nagata did not need to come out of the heel tunnel.
So here, yeah. So that's not even the funniest thing about the entrances. Jon Moxley comes out to Wild Thing.
Yes, that
And
was.
at first I thought this was like some kind of joke or something.
Yeah,
I mean, it
heard
fits
come
his
on, I'm
character, but Wild Thing is one of those like it's one of those songs that are so famous, everybody knows it, everybody knows what it is as soon as it starts playing. It's like, I feel like I'm more likely to hear a Wild Thing on like a potato chip commercial than Jon Moxley's entrance music. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it fits his character, but it's just like, really?
Does it though? Like,
I guess.
kind of like it fits his character more than like a hip hop song, for example. But I don't know. Thinking of Jon Moxley,
I
I
think
wouldn't be reaching
yeah.
for Wild Thing as what his entrance music would be. Maybe something like, I don't know, AC/DC or Metallica would make more sense. I don't know.
Okay. That
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think it's bad. I just think it was funny, and I don't think that's the reaction that they really want to get out of this,
Yeah.
right?
When I heard it come on, I almost thought it was a mistake too. I was like, this isn't his regular music, and I was like, and then the the lyrics come on, and it's impossible to miss. I was like,
Yeah.
Wild Thing for Jon Mox? What? They paid for this? I was like,
In a
holy shit.
way, it kind of makes him look like an indie guy.
Mm.
Kind of, but I mean, I don't want to rag on it. It's fine. Like, there's much more irritating things in the world of
It's not
professional
bad. It
wrestling.
was just odd.
It's not
Yeah.
bad. It's just like, it's just weird. So
You think they're gonna go forward with that as entrance music, or is this a
I don't
one-time
see
thing?
why not. Like, unless there's so much negative feedback or something, but I doubt it.
Mm.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just odd, you know.
Tony Khan's throwing down some dough for these licensed songs, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like you said, AC/DC, they should have got like Highway to Hell. That
Oh
would fit
yeah,
him
there's
perfectly.
so many good AC/DC songs. Thunderstruck, Highway to Hell, Dirty Deeds. Oh
Well,
man.
Dirty Deeds would be kind of a wink, wink, nod, nod, right?
Yeah.
Would it? I don't know. Anyway, they beat each other up. The first wrestling move comes in 6 minutes into the match by an exploder by Nagata. The first 6 minutes just beating each other up. It was awesome. They're kicking the hell out of each other. Mox hits a big lariat. Nagata hits a top rope exploder. He gets an armbar on Moxley. He does his eye thing. Moxley gets the ropes. Moxley's bleeding from the face, the left cheek. He grabs a bulldog choke, and then they kind of wrestle around some more, and then he hits a paradigm shift out of nowhere. Moxley gets the 3. So I was like, oh, that was abrupt and cool. This was a very good match. I liked it. It was exactly what I thought it would be. And after the match, they bow to each other and celebrate together. The crowd loved it. Very good. I might have to start checking out this New Japan thing.
Speaking of checking out this New Japan thing, tell us about the shirt you're wearing today.
Oh, so this is a fundraiser, Stop the COVID shirt. That's what it is. So I figured
Fundraiser for Stop the COVID from.
So figure since we got fully vaccinated, then might as well spread the
I'd like
awareness.
to know more about this fundraiser.
It was a fundraiser. You buy the shirt, they donate money to stop COVID. It's not really that complicated. But I actually didn't buy the shirt. This was another gift.
Oh,
Gifted
okay.
to
It doesn't
me
have anything to do with
by my
New Japan Pro Wrestling or a specific
suitors. I mean, I don't know. Like,
specific wrestler.
what's this Rainmaker crap?
Mm.
Something about rain and vaccines. That's what they're talking about.
Okay.
So what shirt have you got on today? Lucha
haven't
Brothers.
seen these guys in a while.
Two guys who weren't on the show.
Actually, they were. They were on the show.
In spirit? Or where were
No,
they?
they were.
Were they on the show?
We'll get into that, yeah.
Were they?
They escorted PAC to the ring.
See, I didn't even see that.
Oh, really?
I didn't even notice.
Oh, yeah, they escorted into the ring and they dug out right after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, we've got the lineup for tonight. The main event, Darby is defending the TNT title against Miro. We've got the coronation of the Pinnacle. Thunder Rosa is in action. The Young Bucks versus SCU for the tag team titles. Orange versus PAC. Whoever wins gets the shot at Kenny Omega at Double or Nothing. And then Kenny will address his challenger. Cody will make a big announcement. So you know what I thought his announcement was going to be?
What?
The Casino Battle Royal.
Oh.
I was like, I'm here to announce the Casino Battle Royal. And if I win, fuck all of you. I'm going to challenge for the belt.
Remember what I said last year about not challenging for the belt?
Yeah.
I lied.
That's what I thought it was going to be.
That probably would have been better than the actual announcement of what we saw today.
The announcement
Just
I thought
my
was
opinion.
all right. Okay, we'll get
Just
there.
my
Though.
opinion.
It's coming up.
Yeah.
So Marvez is with the Inner Circle, and this spectacular. What did you think?
This was awesome. This just goes to show you how good these guys are on the mic, at least for the Inner Circle. I mean, you never see
At
Ortiz
least for
and
anybody.
Santana. Yeah, you never see Santana and Ortiz talking enough, and So good, man. Ortiz was just laying it out there, like awesome. I could really feel it in his voice about what he
Yeah.
was laying down.
I was actually
Yeah.
really impressed with Hager because I mean Ortiz the few times he does get to talk is really good, but Hager usually is kind of like he's kind of okay, but he's not usually like, whoa, this guy is friggin' awesome. But here, so Ortiz is talking. He says they had the Pinnacle beat, but then a twist of fate occurred, and he's pissed off at MJF, who got Santana arrested for stabbing him with a fork in the match, which kind of like it's super nitpicky. I guess they had Santana was not at the show tonight, so they had to figure out some way to, explain why he wasn't there. Yeah. But it's like, so you can get arrested for something you do in a match if you use a foreign object or something, you assault them beyond the rules of the match. So it's like, how many guys should be arrested then?
Yeah, well,
everybody
in that match should have been arrested, right? Because they were all using chairs and
I mean, like Kenny won. He beat Moxley by hitting him with the microphone. Should he have gotten arrested for that?
Yeah.
What's the difference between a fork and a microphone? I mean, I know that the fork is probably, probably puts on more pressure, penetration,
more dangerous, yeah,
more dangerous and all that. But it's the same idea. Like you can get arrested for something that happened in a match, and especially in a blood and guts where it was like no DQ and all that. It was like,
yeah, completely.
It's like, it's a nitpick, whatever. But it's still like, then you just said something not as stupid. But
yeah,
whatever. Yeah. I'm not gonna. I'll let it go. And then Hager says, they weren't lying. You have to kill us to get rid of us, and you can hide behind your victory, but you didn't kill us, so you failed. And then Sammy says, as long as they're in the same company, they won't stop. Give us a rematch. And I was like, oh no, are they gonna do Stadium Stampede? Nah, no way, no fucking way. No way. We're not ready for that. We're not ready for that. Anything else you got about this?
It was a perfect promo, I think. Nice, simple, sweet, short. Just got to the point, and everybody had their mic time, and everybody had something to say. Like how a lot of times, and this is a nitpicky on my end, but a lot of times you'll see like these promos with more than one person, like a tag team or a group, right? And they all say basically the same thing. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, next week we're coming for you, and then the next guy says, yeah, so watch out because we're coming for you, and it's like, okay, I get it. This is good. I liked it.
Okay, so we've got Cody in the ring for the interview, and I guess you did not like this.
I liked parts of it. Some of it really hit home. Made me proud to be an American. I guess you'll break that down. Other parts, I was like, this is just, I don't know, just long-winded for long-winded's sake, I guess you could say. Like, I just felt like they were just eating TV time, kind of. I was like, we could have taken 3 minutes of this and given it to the Yuji Nagata and Jon Moxley match. You know what I mean? Okay. My opinion.
No, I mean, that's fair. I can kind of see where you're coming from, but I just really like this, so I'm not gonna back you up on this. But I can see where you're going. I'm not gonna when you say parts of this was long-winded, I'm not gonna be like, what the hell were you watching? Like, I thought it was fine. So he's out. He starts talking about patriotism, and I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about patriotism for? But it was my fault. We'll explain why in a second. He's like talking about patriotism, and he talks about the two-party system and the election, and I'm like, what the hell is this guy talking about? What is going on here? Is he gonna run for president? Is that his announcement or something? Like, what is he talking about? So he's never not been proud to be an American, and then that's where we get the link to why he's talking about this. He's talking about Anthony Ogogo, who's been running down the U.S. So this is something I didn't bring up too, but I was thinking about too. You know how Anthony Ogogo's been all like, yeah, I'm from the UK, I'm like British to the max, and then I hate America and all that stuff. Like, isn't all the other guys in the factory U.S. citizens?
That's true. I didn't think of that. Yeah.
So wouldn't they be like, hey, you know what? Shut the fuck up, dude. Like, we're American.
Tone that shit down. Yeah.
Maybe you don't have to be in the factory anymore. But...
Yeah. gonna get our asses kicked because of you. You better shut the hell up.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just okay. So he talks about the Italian immigrant who was champion for like millions of days. That's Bruno Sammartino. Then he talks about the immigrant who came and invented the bumper and like enhanced the town and everybody who in Jacksonville. That's obviously Shad Khan, Tony's father. Then he talks about segregation, and then today his wife, and nowadays, not today, but modern times, his wife will give birth to a daughter who will be both black and white, and he will not lay down under any man's flag. He's gonna fight at Double or Nothing, and Double or Nothing is gonna be at full capacity. So that was news to me. I don't know if that was news to everybody else, but this is the first time I heard it. And so it's gonna be Cody versus Ogogo, but he won't be wrestling as the American Nightmare for one night only. It's gonna be Anthony Ogogo versus the American Dream, Cody Rhodes. Oh, that was badass though. I love that part. That was really great. I thought this was spectacular.
Going out on the end like that really sent chills up my spine. That was nice.
Yeah.
And when he got emotional about him and Brandy having that mixed race baby, that was great. It was a nice touch. Yeah. It was dramatic for those parts for sure. So I will give it that. I just felt certain parts were, I don't know. It just took a long while to get there, but overall, I like the ending. That was beautiful when he brought up the American Dream part.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then we get a nice video SCU talking about their friendship with the Bucks and how they're assholes now. So they're gonna beat them up, and if they lose, they're gonna break up, and you don't know how far they will go to win the championships. So up next, we got the SCU versus Young Bucks, and what do you think of this one?
This match was awesome.
Okay.
No, I mean, holy crap, this match was awesome.
So was this your match of the night? It was your match of the night. Okay.
This is my match of the night.
This was not my match of the night.
Interesting. There were good matches though, other than this.
I mean,
many good matches on this card. Yes.
Not to say that this match wasn't like great, but yeah, this wasn't my match of the night. But I thought it was super good nonetheless. I mean, Young Bucks SCU.
Yeah, they
can't go wrong.
I've seen a couple of their old matches, and I know they've wrestled each other before in AEW once. Maybe have they? I want to say they have. But they always deliver by themselves. Putting them together, it's just gonna knock it out of the park pretty much. They know each other so well, but they're also just so good, by themselves. It was awesome. There was a couple nitpicks here and there. I'm sure you'll get into it, but
okay,
great match.
I don't know if I have too many nitpicks about the match, but we'll see. So this was like, I don't know how to describe this, but the Young Bucks come out, and it's like, okay, there's Matt Jackson, and then he walks by the camera, and then Matt Jackson walks by again. I was like, what the fuck was that? But the first guy was actually Nick. He grew a beard. Yeah. And so normally I'm like, yeah, the Young Bucks look alike, they look similar, but they're not like twins. But then Nick grows the beard, and I can't tell them apart now. I'm like, holy crap, they look exactly like each other. At first, I thought it was Matt walked out first, and then Matt walked out again. I was like, what the hell was this? But don't you think they, like, so now that Nick grew the beard, don't you think they look exactly alike? They look so much more like brothers now.
They look, yeah, it's pretty close. There's a couple differences, mainly that Nick has different colored eyes, I think.
He's got blue eyes.
Yeah. Nick has blue eyes, yeah. But yeah, it's
and also I guess
almost uncanny.
I guess his hair was wet, so his hair was like looked darker too. But I was like, oh my god, it's like they're twins now. That was crazy. So Callis and the Good Brothers also accompany the Young Bucks, and the Good Brothers look like they're going to a New Year's party or something. Gallows has that hat, and then Anderson's wearing some like
red jacket,
some cool look at like I'm gonna hit on these girls jacket,
Yeah,
got my pickup artist jacket on. It's like, what is this? But the typical tag team match for SCU versus Young Bucks until they go to picture in picture, and then back from the break is when things starts to go crazy. So SCU does the classic blunder. They go for their move in the opposing team's corner, and Matt breaks it up, and now the Bucks are in control of Frankie. Nick kicks CD's head into the post, and CD is bleeding like crazy. And Kazarian hits a cutter on Nick for 2. And Kazarian sees the damage on Christopher Daniels. He's outside bleeding, and he's like, oh, shit. And then the ref goes to check. Christopher Daniels says he can't continue. Oh my God, Scorpio Sky comes out. They're reunited. They beat up the Bucks, and they win the championship. SCU's back together, and there's a happy ending.
If only that really happened.
That's what happened, right?
Yeah, that's what happened.
Right?
I was just kidding. I was being sarcastic. That's what really happened to everybody.
You mean that's not? You mean that's not what happened?
That would have been the ultimate swerve, and it would have been so beautiful. And I don't know. My head would explode. I would have been like, holy shit! I didn't see that coming.
Unfortunately, that's not really what happened. But Frankie hits a Northern Lights suplex on Nick. Combo roll up on Matt for 2. He backdrops Nick out of the ring onto the ramp. Nick bounces up 3 feet like a basketball. Did you see that? He literally bounced back up. I was like, oh my God.
That looked very painful. I'm sure it was very painful.
The Good Brothers distract the ref. Frankie hits a Styles Clash on Matt. Ooh. Nick breaks it up. They beat down Frankie, but CD comes back. He breaks it up. He hits Angel's Wing on Nick. He tags in. He eats a spear, and Matt attacks the eye. Matt is covered in CD's blood, and he can't. So CD can't get to Angel's Wings done. Don Callis says, they should stop this. So Christopher Daniels is bleeding all over the shoes, and then Matt does the Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair. He does the fake cry. I'm sorry. I love you. Kicks Christopher Daniels in the face for 2. Then Christopher Daniels goes. He goes for the BME. He slips. He does it again. But Nick breaks it up. Carl gets on the apron. Christopher Daniels nails him. Matt sprays this cold spray in Christopher Daniels' eye, and he hits him. He hits him with the can, but then CD6 kicks out, and this is where Don Callis makes a line of the night. You know what it is? Like, what's he doing? Trying to stop the bleeding. This is great. So the Young Bucks hit the BTE trigger. Matt stops Frankie from making the save. The Bucks get the win. So SCU is no more.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that, man. I mean, I know how to feel about it. I'm pretty sad. I mean,
SCU
end of a great tag team.
Is no more.
End of a great group. Like, Scorpio's gone and done his own thing for the last, 2 months. But, man, hard to believe that we're not going to see SCU anymore.
Yep. So SCU is no more. They look at Frankie's shocked, CD's bloody and dead. And we're about to see the emotional farewell of SCU. But no, something's happening in the back. Why are we cutting away? It's the end of SCU. But we see Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston go to the Elite dressing room and they fuck shit up. And that's it. That's the end of the segment. We don't go back to the ring and see the aftermath of SCU breaking up. The hell? This was my only pissed off moment of the night.
Yeah, that really took away from it.
Wasn't this important? The last time
it was
SCU is gonna be together. Yeah. We don't see them cry and hug or do a bow to the crowd one last time or something. We don't see it.
There was a 2-second segment actually of them after the Kingston and Moxley, wrecking of the Elite locker room.
Was there?
Yeah, but it was real quick and you miss it, man.
Not on my TV there wasn't.
Right before
or maybe I was typing this what the fuck, and then I missed it, but
no, seriously, you would. I'm serious. It was 2 seconds. They said,
what happened?
While that was happening, they just showed CD and Frankie hugging each other. But it was so fast.
That should have been a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, it was just literally and this happened in the ring, and it was that's as long as it was. Literally, me not saying anything. That whole pause was 2 seconds. That was it.
Yeah.
And it took away from it. Moxley and Kingston attacking the Elite locker room because of CD and.
We couldn't have shown this after or something, or
it didn't have to happen immediately.
Or during the break, this is what Moxley and Eddie Kingston did to the Elite locker room while they were celebrating in the ring, or something SCU just broke up.
Yeah, that was yeah.
Why? Anyway, we've
That was a
got
missed opportunity. Yeah.
we've got captain of backstage interviews, Christian Cage. He's got an open contract, and he asks anyone from Team Taz to come out. He wants to win the Casino Battle Royale, but Matt Sydal comes out and he says, "Nah, bro, I signed the open contract. I'ma fuck you up." That was pretty much it. Anything you want to add about this one?
Didn't Seidel say he was going to be in the double or nothing Casino Battle Royale too? He alluded to that too, right?
Okay, he's gonna be in the Casino Battle Royale too, but
Yeah. This promo was
it was fine.
yeah, I mean, it built up a match for next week, and I guess two competitors for the Casino Battle Royale, but that's about it. Yeah.
So then we've got PAC versus Orange. I didn't really like this match. What did you think?
I thought this was a pretty good match. I thought the ending was a little hit or miss for me, but I guess it sets up what happens at Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
Which match was it? I wrote it down.
Like the match they had on pay-per-view however long ago
was way better.
Like so damn good, and this one was like I don't want to say like this was bad, but man, it was not nearly as good as the last time we saw these two in the ring together 1-on-1.
That's true. If you put it up against that match, this one doesn't compare. So this match had 2 picture-in-picture breaks.
Yeah, that too
really
didn't help at all.
Yeah, that really ruined a lot of the momentum because I think because I know we've talked about this before that somebody must have told him, "Hey, you're in picture-in-picture." That the second picture-in-picture, nothing happened.
I don't know.
Nothing happened.
I didn't watch the picture-in-picture either time, so I don't know.
Oh, so I'm sure you'll get into the specifics of the match, but the second picture-in-picture happened towards the end of the match, and it was at a point in time where Orange Cassidy was, losing the match, and so most of the picture-in-picture was him just, losing the match on the outside of the ring, just like rolling around. It's like, why is this a picture-in-picture? Why? What are we doing?
Well, they're trying to sell. But yeah, so it started off really exciting. PAC breaks the glasses, and then Orange just says, "Whatever, dude, beach break," and he gets it quick too. I was like, that would have been really good if that was like the whole match. I thought that would have been like, whoa, my god! And then PAC goes on a tear, right? Everybody's teasing PAC like, you lost in like 10 seconds to Orange Cassidy, and then he just goes on a murder spree. I thought that would have been great, but there wasn't really anything. I mean, it's their typical. Everybody's doing their typical move, so like you said, they went double picture-in-picture. So toward the end, PAC is beating the crap out of Orange Cassidy. He goes up to the top. Orange just rolls away. He goes up to the other turnbuckle. Orange rolls under the turnbuckle, gives him the thumbs up. That was pretty clever. So for some reason, well, not for some reason, we know why. Callis comes out. He starts telling PAC, "Hurry up! Like, just beat him. Just beat him up." And then Aubrey gets distracted, and Kenny smacks PAC with the belt. And then Aubrey turns around and sees that somehow PAC is now dead, and she's like, all right. So she counts to 10, and that's the end of the match. They're both counted out. Nobody could make the 10 count. And Callis says, well, since nobody won, Kenny doesn't have to defend at Double or Nothing. And Kenny says, yep, we got 2 losers. And meanwhile, Shivani is slowly creeping into view behind them. And he tells Kenny, well, I got something. And Kenny's like, shut up. Give me my glasses, Don. Give me my glasses, Don. Give me my glasses, Don. And Shivani's been informed that there will be a world title match at Double or Nothing. 3 men in the ring. So Kenny will have to face both men, PAC and Orange Cassidy, in a 3-way match. I'm not a fan of 3-way matches, especially for the world title. Pisses me off. Kenny is pissed. He asks Aubrey, "Did you do this, Aubrey?" And then he tells he's all pissed off, and he tells Callis, "Back to the heel locker room." It's like, okay. So I love Kenny Omega and everything, but he's a little bit too cartoony these days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, go watch SmackDown, look at Roman Reigns, and look at Kenny Omega, and which one is presented as a badass champion? I mean, honestly, Kenny Omega, his character, I mean, in the ring, he's S plus plus. But his character is good. His character is very entertaining. But his character is closer to The Miz than Roman Reigns. He's kind of like a joke. He's kind of like a cartoon character instead of like a badass, menacing bad guy that nobody can beat. I guess that's what they're going for. But it's kind of like it's the world champion. Shouldn't we take him a little more seriously?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I was actually gonna say, I totally understand the point you're making, and I can see where you're coming with that. At times, I feel it's a bit much, but I guess I like it because it just goes to him being completely unhinged. So in some interviews, you can be, completely off the wall, nuts, where he's just losing it and telling Don, the same thing over and over again, like give me my glasses like 3 times when it, just he heard it once, he can get it.
Like
and other times
it's good and it's entertaining.
Kind of a tough guy.
It's good and it's entertaining. It's just a little like cartoony, which I don't know if that's the best way to present Kenny Omega. I mean, he's supposed to be the best wrestler in the world, right? But he's kind of like this weird nut cartoon character. He comes out to video game music. He's got girls with brooms. Like, it's just a little bit too cartoony for me. It's good. It's entertaining. It's just go watch Roman Reigns' entrance and go watch Kenny Omega's entrance, and you tell me which one is more of a badass. Yeah.
Fair point.
I mean, Kenny is obviously like better in the ring, although Roman's very good now. He wasn't back then, but Kenny is. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't really know what I'm trying to say here.
No, I get what you're saying. Maybe it'll be an evolution of the character.
But we go back to the Elite locker room, and I don't know if this was supposed to be a joke, but they're like the Good Brothers and the Young Bucks are like they're like standing over like a little pile of trash, and they're like freaking out about Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston destroying their locker room. They're like absolutely pissed off, like, look what you can do our locker room. And there's like focusing on this little pile of trash on the floor, and like I don't know if they were like trying to mock Eddie Kingston and Moxley, like, oh, like, look at you guys didn't piss us off, or if they were really supposed to be pissed off. I don't know. But anyway, the Young Bucks says, like, we're awesome, we're the best tag team, we're gonna take on the number 1 contenders, the Varsity Blondes.
I almost had to stop my DVR when they said that. Like, who? What?
And I am not going to get into another AEW rankings discussion again. I will accept the Varsity Blondes as my number 1 tag team.
Okay.
And look forward to the match next week.
Is that for the title?
I have no idea.
Yeah, okay. Because they didn't really say it was for the title, right?
But the more okay, go. Yeah. Go.
I was gonna say, why wouldn't it be for the title? But you never know with AEW, right? They can say we're gonna have a number 1
title eliminator. If they beat the champions, you get a shot at the champions. Okay. But more importantly than the Varsity Blondes, they invite Moxley and Eddie to wrestle them at Double or Nothing in a super kick party. Yeah. Anything you got to add on this?
No, it was a fine promo for what it was. I will say this is a nitpick, and I don't want us to be the nitpicking like recap, but I always find it funny when like wrestling promos get ahead of themselves. Next week we're gonna face these guys, and then the week after that we're gonna face these other guys, and it's like, what happens if you don't have the belt anymore? Or
they're not gonna lose to the Varsity Blondes. Maybe if it was like we're gonna take on the Lucha Brothers next week, or we're gonna take on Santana and Ortiz, or the Best Friends. Okay, all right, yeah, maybe you're not looking too forward, Young Bucks, but the Varsity Blondes, no.
It's just, I don't know. It just takes it away from me. It just takes it away.
I get what you're
from it for me.
I get what you're saying, but it's the Varsity Blondes. But yeah, you're right. True. Though it is like, like, dude, you know what it says you're gonna win?
Yeah, even though we know they are.
Yeah,
but it's just.
So Marvez teleports to Hangman and the Dark Order. he says, Hangman's he's not all too pissed off about losing to Brian Cage all those couple weeks ago. He said, it was bound to happen. But he says, it wasn't so much Brian Cage. It was Taz calling the shot. So he says, if he was Brian Cage, he wouldn't be too proud of that victory. He says, let's go one-on-one without Taz, without Team Taz backing him up at Double or Nothing. And then John Silver's like, oh, wait. That's the name of the pay-per-view. And the Dark Horse is like, oh, yeah, it's the name of the pay-per-view. And that was pretty funny, actually. So
yeah, these Dark Order segments are great. I love that Hangman is is kind of the straight man of the Dark Order. Everyone else is completely bonkers. It was good.
So up next, we've got the coronation of the Pinnacle. And they come out and they've got 5 girls standing in the back, which is weird. We know everybody knows who Sean Spears is married to. I think Dax is married and has kids too.
MJF is married.
Is he married?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Wardlow is too. So which is like odd. Yeah.
So we're supposed to believe they're just gonna get with these 5 random girls now?
So funny you mention that, because there was a point in time, I don't know if you were going to bring it up, but I just got to say something. There was a point in time when Tully was pointing out the 5 beautiful women that escorted them, and MJF and Wardlow, pretty much on cue, were like,
we don't want to get in trouble.
And then Dax was like, I got a ring,
Okay, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I only point out the women for one reason only. We'll get to that. So, okay. MJF says, everybody's got to bow down to the Pinnacle. They were number 1 on cable. Everybody should thank the Pinnacle for it. And they made some record on TSN, which is a Canadian station that Dynamite airs on. And it's because we've got a Canadian hero, Sean Spears. It's like, yay. And MJF has a crown. He looks like Max from Where the Wild Things Are, right?
That's a fair point.
His name is Max.
Yeah.
So he says, Inner Circle, you want a rematch? The answer is no. And then Tully gets on the mic. He says they're awesome. He gives them a gift if you guys couldn't figure out their expensive watches. They're at the top of the world looking down. He's talking about the girls. And then there's a horn. And the Inner Circle drives up in a gold golf cart. And there's a trailer in the back with a little bit of the bubbly poster on it. And Jericho arises out of the back of the trailer. His arm is in a sling. And MJF says his answer is no. So then he goes, do it, Sammy. And Sammy douses them with a fire hose. And so this is the part where I'm talking about. The whole Pinnacle are getting totally drenched in the hose. And they do a wide camera shot. And you see the 5 women like standing on the stage away from the water. I was like, what? So the women are like smarter than the Pinnacle? Yeah, it just kind of makes the Pinnacle look like dumbasses. The women are just like, well, we know what's about to happen. We're moving out of the way. And then the Pinnacles are like, we're all wet. We can't move. We're getting doused. And then the women are just like, So yeah, I just thought that was kind of funny.
I thought that was, I thought that really broke the immersion of it too. Like the women just knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah,
like they were already way off, right? They were like they're a good 100 feet away from the ring. This is like, come on, guys.
And another point, though. Had they doused the women, that would have been a PR nightmare for AEW. So, good thing they didn't.
Yes, the very, very good thing they did not. This is true. This is not the 1990s. But
yeah, it was just funny. It was just funny. Like, I don't nitpick it. I just thought it was funny. So, MJF, after he's getting doused with the water, he's like, F you, bro. Double or Nothing, Stadium Stampede, ha 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 ha. So if you guys lose, the Inner Circle has to break up forever. And Jericho and Sammy are like, oh no, what do we do?
Oh no.
You know what would be funny is if next week the Inner Circle is like, we can't risk it. We don't accept. We can't risk breaking up, so we're gonna turn down Stadium Stampede. We'll get you guys some other way.
This is what I love about wrestling, right? Like MJF lays out a stipulation to Jericho and them that the Inner Circle will have to break up if they lose this match. So who's to say the Inner Circle loses this match and they don't just come back as, a different group? It's like, you said the Inner Circle had to break up. We're not the Inner Circle anymore. We're
The outer circle.
we're the Outer Circle. We're the circle, the circle square.
Now we're all wearing white.
Yeah. So that would have been funny. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, we're not gonna do that.
That's true.
I do like one thing that I completely forgot to mention last week is that AEW is doing a pretty good job with this feud of kind of color blocking both teams. Like the Inner Circle is always coming on black now, and it looks like the Pinnacle is always coming out in white or some variation of light colors.
Yeah.
Because last
That's
week
true.
it was all white versus black. Now, same thing. They were all wearing somewhat, very light colored clothes, white suits, pink suits, whatever. And Inner Circle all came on black, so it's just another little touch. I thought it was cool.
So JR is with Britt, and I like as soon as they cut to them, like Britt's like leaning away from JR. She's looking all pissed, and I was like, oh man, Britt is the greatest. So she says she got a broken nose, and she came back as the baddest bitch on the block, and that was JR's words, not hers. And they show a video of they were doing, I guess, some photo shoot for Forbes, and Britt took it over, and she wanted to pose with the belt because she says by the time that the Forbes article is posted, then she's going to be the champion, and then her and Shida got into a shoving match. And she says she's the face of the division, she's the pulse, and she don't need a machine to keep it alive. She also mentioned that Shida was had the women's division on life support, so that's what the whole pulse comment came from. But yeah, this was good. Britt is awesome. I'm broken record about that. Can't wait. I kind of want her to win, I guess.
I do too, but it's I'm really torn. I would not have a problem with Shida continuing to be the women's champion because she's really held it together. Using Britt's own words for the last year. She really is the best women's wrestler, my opinion, in AEW. Is she still an AEW wrestler? She's shown up like twice in the last year. Yeah. Unless we're talking about this next female women's competitor. She also is one of the best, if not the best, AEW women's wrestler.
So we got Thunder Rosa versus somebody. But
Jasmine Allure.
I give up. Yeah, they announced Jasmine Allure after they plugged their upcoming events and Double or Nothing weekend. They're going on sale this Friday. Buy tickets. They said all that before they said that Thunder Rosa is taking on Jasmine Allure. So here, you know what? I give up. Whatever. Thunder Rosa, fine. Do whatever. She's good in the ring, so I guess whatever. She beat the crap out of Jasmine Allure. She hit the Fire Thunder Driver and won. I give up. She's just an... Okay. Your thoughts?
I want to know more about you giving up.
I give up. Forget it. It's not worth it.
I don't have anything to say. It was a squash match. It was very odd. I don't know, I
mean, Thunder Rosa's offense looks good. So
here's my issue with this, right? It really has little or not. Let's be honest. It has nothing to do with any of the current women's storylines whatsoever. Thunder Rosa's not competing for the belt.
She's not in any women's storyline right now, huh?
That's what I'm saying. She's not. She's not wrestling Britt. She's not wrestling Hikaru. She's not wrestling Nyla. There's just no reason for her to be the women's wrestling marquee match of this night. That was odd. It was just kind of like they're saying, hey, Thunder Rosa's still here. It's like, yeah, we know. How many other women are still in AEW, but they're not competing for the belt? Why Thunder Rosa is highlighted? Whatever. I thought it was odd. And this is not me just being a Thunder Rosa hater. It would have been the same if they put in, I don't know, like Shauna or something, right?
Yeah.
When was the last time we saw her?
So the problem with
7 weeks ago
with AEW and WWE is that they can only have one women's storyline at a time, and that's whoever is going for the belt, right? That's usually what it is. Except, well, they kind of have something with Jade, but Jade doesn't wrestle too often, so
yeah,
it's pretty much just whoever's challenging for the belt is in the storyline, and everybody else has no story. So kind of like eh. So the lineup for next week, I kind of missed some of them. So cut in and tell us what I missed. So all I have is Christian versus Matt Sydal, and Agogo is gonna take on Austin Gunn. What else?
Okay, so for next week, we got Serena Deeb versus Red Velvet for the NWA Women's Championship on AEW Dynamite.
All right, that's not bad. Then why didn't Red Velvet come out and beat up Jasmine Allure then?
That probably would have made more sense. But here you go, making sense again, right? We have the Young Bucks versus the Varsity Blondes, and I did not catch if this is a tag team championship match. My fault. I didn't write that down. We have Christian Cage versus Matt Sydal, like you said. And we also have Anthony Ogogo versus Austin Gunn. Those are the 4 matches that they announced so far, and that's what I got from there.
So they got the double or nothing lineup. Hangman Page is going to take on Brian Cage. Anthony Ogogo is going to take on the American Dream Cody. Cheetah is going to defend the women's championship against Britt Baker. PAC and Orange Cassidy versus Kenny Omega in a 3-way versus the AEW World Championship. So Darby versus Miro is next. Now that I know that Red Velvet is going to take on Serena Deeb next week, I'm more excited. Because
next week?
Yeah, because Jade is going to come out and ruin Red Velvet shit. I know that's what's going to happen. So she's with Tony Schiavone, and they showed that Max Sterling had made her an offer at Dark. And I was like, who the hell is Max Sterling? I was like, oh, it's the lawyer that rep MJF versus Moxley. And then Jade pretty much says everything she's been saying, like, I handle my own business. I don't need nobody. I am that bitch. It's like, then why are we having a storyline about everybody trying to be her manager? She keeps saying every week, I don't need a manager, but make me an offer. Like, I don't get it.
This was old 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get what the point is anymore. Do we really need another segment of her telling us she doesn't need a manager? But yeah, make me an offer.
Gotta go with my storyline of her just keep calling out Red Velvet every single week and just beating her and then getting even more mad about it.
That'd be awesome. She needs to be the female version of Miro.
Yeah, it does.
Completely losing it, Yeah. Gosh.
So we've got before their match, we got a Darby video. He says he can't think about what happened last week. They're referencing Scorpio and Ethan Page throwing him down the stairs. He talks about Miro and his glass ceilings, but he asks Miro, what have you done? All you've been doing is playing video games and being the best man. And Darby doesn't buy what he's selling. He knows who he is, but we don't know who you are. And and Miro have to admit he's one of the toughest men he's ever been in the ring with. So this was good.
Darby's video segments are awesome. As far as I know, he really puts them together on his own. He really has a creative mind behind a lot of this stuff. It's not something that's someone tells him, hey, we think we should do this. Like, these are all just coming from his own creative talent, his own creative mindset. It was a great. No wonder why he's so over with the fans. This guy has it. He really does.
So we've got the AEW TNT title match. Champion Darby Allin versus Miro in my match of the century. This was so damn good. I love this match so much. They need to have Darby versus Miro every damn week. I would be happy. This was so good. By far my match of the night. Even though a lot of the other matches were really good too, but it was so good. Miro comes out. He's in all red. He looks like Zangief. And
yeah, that's true. He does look like Zangief. Holy shit, I didn't think of that.
He comes out. He attacks Darby before he even gets in the ring. He tosses him like a stuffed Stegosaurus. And he tosses him out on the outside. He asks the crowd if he's underwhelming. Nope. So he wipes out Darby. All kinds of suplexes outside of the ring. They know the match hasn't even technically started. Ethan Page and Scorpio think this is funny. I don't know why, because if Miro wins, don't Ethan Page and Scorpio then have to deal with Miro? So
I was thinking
they should be rooting their ass off for Darby, right?
I know. They should be doing everything in their power to make sure Miro loses this match, because Miro will kill them both.
Yeah.
by himself in a match. I mean, not kidding. Together, combined, they don't have they don't stand a chance.
So Darby finally gets in the ring. The ref is like, "Dude, are you all right? Can you go?" And Darby's like, "Ring the fucking bell." So as soon as the match starts, Machka kick, pin, 1-2. Darby kicks out, but Miro thinks he's won. He's celebrating. He's happy. He's smiling. This is so good. Then Darby makes a comeback. Some shotgun drop kicks. He pushes Miro to the post. He does the best cannonball dive I've ever seen. He goes for a coughing drop onto the outside, but he gets caught into a German suplex. And then they go to picture-in-picture, and they show, I didn't watch, but they show that during the break, Scorpio and Paige mess with Sting. Okay. So, meanwhile, Miro is destroying Darby. And I noticed Darby's belt is broken. He's been tossing him so badly that I guess Darby's belt cracked. And then Darby gets a choke on. Miro makes the ropes. Darby gets a choke on again, but then Miro grabs the TNT belt. The ref takes it away. Miro runs and sandwiches Darby between the stage and himself. He goes to work on the right arm and shoulder that was injured last week. And then Darby's like looking at Sting like, do something, man. And Sting's like whispering like, you're just going to lose, dude. Like, don't worry about it. And then they fist bump. Darby hits a stunner and a small package for 2. Then Miro catches the coughing drop. He goes for a German. Darby lands on his feet and hits a roll-up for 2. And then a code red for 2. And then Darby goes for an arm bar. But then Miro counters it into game over with a waist lock. And it's over. Miro is your new TNT champion. Spectacular match. And that was the end of Dynamite. Nothing happened after that.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. What an awesome way to finish. Another perfect ending to another great Dynamite.
No, wait. Miro posed over Darby's dead corpse, and then Lance Archer's music hit, and they face off. That was really good. Miro versus Lance Archer. Can't wait to see that. That will be
amazing.
Oh, and then they had like 2 fans come and attack Sting, but then the Dark Order came and ran them off.
Those fans looked a lot like the other fans that have been attacking Sting and Darby over the last consecutive weeks.
Yeah, they kind of were wearing the same thing as Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, but they were too busy laughing in the audience, so I don't think that was them.
Fair point. Yeah, probably wasn't.
Probably wasn't.
These fans that keep attacking Darby and Sting at the end of these matches for the last couple weeks.
They got to do something about this.
Security needs to get in on that, man. I don't know what's going on. Very lax security down at Daily Space.
But yeah, it's bittersweet because I wasn't really ready for the Darby championship run to be over. Yeah, I thought he was great as a champion, entertaining, good matches. But Miro, I'm excited. He's Miro. That's all you need to know.
Bittersweet. That's a good way to put it, man. I'm happy with the outcome either way. If Darby won, I would have been like, what a champ, man. He's able to pull this out considering the beating he absolutely took. And I'm not kidding. It was a beating. Let's be honest here.
I kind of thought there was a chance that Kip would come out and cost Miro the match, and then Miro was gonna have a little revenge match on Kip at Double or something. But I was like, I guess they didn't want to go in that direction. But
I was thinking, is Kip gonna have a say in this? Maybe, but it would take away from the match if that happened.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they didn't go that route.
But these two worked very well. Their styles, Darby's style is he gets the crap beat out of him, makes a comeback, and Miro's style is he beats the crap out of someone. So this is like the perfect 2 people to be in the ring together. I'd watch this match every week till the end of time.
They're relentless is the best way to put it for both of them. For very different reasons. Darby won't go down. And Miro won't stop coming at you. You know what I mean? So wonderful. Great match. I can see why this was your match of the night.
Match of the century.
Oh, really? Match of the century.
I don't know.
I can see great things with Miro as champion. It'll be interesting to see if they go straight to him and Archer for the next championship match. We'll see.
So I guess the Dark Order is now putting themselves into the Scorpio Sky Ethan Page thing.
Yeah, that was odd, huh? I didn't expect them to come out and help. I just thought I didn't know what was going to happen, but that's the last people I thought was going to come out and help. But I guess. Um, I gotta say, man, like we're beating a dead horse here, but this Scorpio Sky Ethan Page thing is getting real old, real fast. Like,
Yeah.
I'm seriously gonna make myself a shirt that says I hate Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page.
This is the worst storyline I've ever watched.
Yes, it is, right? Like, they haven't wrestled Sting, they haven't wrestled Darby. All they've done is fuck with them for the last 4
For
weeks.
no reason.
Yeah. And, you know, I was thinking the same exact thing you were. Why are they cheering for Miro to beat Darby? Don't they want that belt? If they have to face Miro, it's way harder to get that belt than Darby.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Like, because they've injured Darby already. Are they going to injure Miro? I doubt it.
So how? I mean, I don't know. They should have done my storyline in the Young Bucks match. Oh man, you guys are gonna have to forfeit the match because Christopher Daniels can't continue, and everybody's like, oh no, it's the end of SCU. What's gonna happen? And then Scorpio jumps out like, I'm gonna wrestle with Frankie, and then they win the belts, and everybody's happy. SCU's
that would have been
back.
Beautiful. That would have been amazing.
Why don't they do this?
That would have been amazing because it would have been like, hey, can Scorpio wrestle? It's like, yep, there's nothing against it. He's part of SCU, so he can wrestle.
Yep.
Oh, what?
They never officially disbanded, right? But
yeah,
I don't know. Like, yeah, it wouldn't make sense storyline wise because he's been hanging out with Ethan Page, but who the hell cares? SCU would have been back, and then we wouldn't be subjected to, for some reason, bitter bad guy Scorpio Sky.
Bitter bad guys. That's what their tag team should be. The bitter bad guys.
They have to add that in for some reason. That should be his full wrestling name. For some reason, bitter bad guy Scorpio Sky. Like, because it's like, for some reason, he's a bitter bad guy now.
Yeah, jeez.
All because he lost a match fair and square to Darby.
Yeah, that was the whole start of this, huh?
Yeah.
When he lost that match to Darby, huh? What was it, like 2 months ago?
And he was mad about it. Like, but like, I'm being overlooked. It's like, you won the Battle Royal and then lost. You're not being overlooked.
Things just didn't go your way. Sorry.
Ethan Page, like, I'm being overlooked. It's like, yet they signed your ass to a contract.
Yeah, I know. You've had like one match and you're being overlooked. Yeah. You've been here for 2 weeks, dude.
Yep. But that was the end of Dynamite. Is there anything else you want to add to this before we wrap it up?
No, I think that about wraps it up for me, man.
Okay, great. So that is the end of us. Thank you for watching. We will be back here next week as always. Until then, push all those buttons that have thumbs up, subscribes, likes, whatever, all the positive ones. Click on those buttons if you are so inclined. And thank you for watching. Of course, it's been fun. And be good, be safe, and we will see you soon.
Yep. Thanks, guys.